Good morning, class. This week we are going to be reading books and doing a lot of activities that are all about our families and the needs that they fill and the roles that they fill for us. And so this book is called Don't You Feel Well, Sam? And it's about this little bear who's not feeling well, and he has his family to take care of him. And it's written by Amy Hest, so she is the author. And the pictures are drawn and painted or colored by Anita Jerem, and so she is the illustrator. It was a cold, cold night on Plum Street. In the little white house, Mrs. Bear was putting Sam to bed. She closed their favorite book, and they both blew out the candle. "Kiss goodnight, Sam," Mrs. Bear said, and she wrapped him all cozy in the blanket that was red. But suddenly she heard a cough. And there sat Sam, curled up and small, and coughing in his bed. Mrs. Bear put her arms around Sam. "Don't you feel well, Sam?" Sam shook his head. Poor Sam! Mrs. Bear hugged him harder and kissed his warm cheek. "You have a cough," she said, and she dashed down the stairs and up again with syrup. I wonder what that syrup is. Do your grown-ups ever give you syrup when you're coughing? "Open wide, Sam," Mrs. Bear said. Sam shook his head. "Tastes bad," he said. "Yes," said his mama. "You need to be brave." So Sam put the blanket on his head. "I don't have a cough." Sounds like he has a cough, huh? Sometimes medicine doesn't taste very good, but we need it to make us feel better. "Try again, Sam," said his mama. Sam shook the blanket off of his head. He opened up, then closed his mouth tight. The spoon was too big. "Too big," said Sam. "You can do it," Mrs. Bear said. "I know you can, Sam." Sam opened up, then closed his mouth tight. Too much syrup on a too big spoon. "Too much," said Sam. "Huck, huck." He's coughing a lot, isn't he? Mrs. Bear rubbed frost off the window and peeked outside. "Soon it will snow," she said. "Open wide, Sam, and afterward we'll go downstairs and we'll wait for snow." "Snow?" Sam opened wide, then very wide. He sputtered and snorted and made a big face, and the syrup went down. "Brave, Sam," he said. Mrs. Bear and Sam held hands on the stairs. Sam wore his robe that was blue, and his slippers were too. They lit a little fire in the kitchen. They made a pot of tea. Mrs. Bear put extra honey in the tea, and it was nice sliding down. So sometimes when we're sick, our moms or our grandmas or our grandpas or our dads, they make us tea with honey, and that kind of helps our throats feel better. After tea, they sat in the big purple chair near the window and waited for snow. Mrs. Bear told a story about a bear called Sam. Sam liked the story as she told it again. "Huck, huck," went the cough, but only every now and then. It sounds like what his mom did helped him. Sam leaned back on his mama's soft belly, and it wiggled while she talked. The little fire glowed, and the kitchen was warm. All through the night, Mrs. Bear and Sam sat in the big purple chair, and they waited. And it finally snowed. And here's the mama sleeping with the baby bear. Because sometimes when we're really sick, our moms or dads or grandmas or grandpas, they might let us lay by them. And look, he's feeling better. Everything that Mama did helped him feel better. So now he's out in the snow, building a snow bear with his mama. And that's the end. Don't you feel well, Sam?